Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to everything in today's Fortnite update. First thing, getting straight into this as always, we do have the Slurp Juice. So Slurp Juice does make a return since Season X in the actual loot pool. It has made a few returns in other loot pools like LTMs and stuff, but to actually being the main one, I believe it's been since Season X. So that's kind of nice to actually have it back in the game. Imagine if it was like a slap slurp, that would be pretty awesome, but it looks like it's just going to be the classic slurp from what we know so far, and this is the little picture which will be in game when it does go live. So yeah, this is the first thing which you guys should be getting access to in this update. Also, a really funny one is this emote here, the spray, will be available at some point in the game if you took part in this kind of creative community battle thing. The winner here, Haystan, managed to get this for everyone. I personally don't think I did anything and got involved with this. I might have accidentally played the map maybe, but I didn't. I'm really not too bothered. I don't really collect sprays or anything, but if you are someone that likes collecting cosmetics, technically you've missed out on this already. I wasn't really too bothered, so I didn't really talk about it too much, but it is a spray and it will be in game, and it's going to be like a Jonesy version apparently, so that'll be in game. It's kind of cool, but nothing too major. It'll be all right for a bit, but sprays aren't really that big. Cosmetics aren't everything at the minute for me. I feel like cosmetics, I don't want to go off topic too much, but cosmetics to me recently, I'll only buy something that I like or it's a collab that I know and enjoy. I feel like a lot of it's getting really pushed too much, and the game seems to be really getting focused around cosmetics too much at the minute rather than innovation and content. It's the innovation and content just seems to be copied and pasted from previous stuff. For example, the Slurp Juice coming back, or the mythics from Dragon Ball coming back. You know, we have the new skins, but nothing new actually in the game to make you go, oh, I want to play that and actually try out something new. You know, obviously you never played it before, that's fair enough. If you never experienced the mythics or you missed out the original Dragon Ball collab, yeah, fair enough. But if you played it with a lot, well, I played a lot with the Kami and the Nimbus card originally, having them just return doesn't really do much for me. It's kind of like, yeah, what's the point in that? You know what I mean? I feel like there needs to be more innovation on the content. Anyway, we don't want to go down that route too much because we do have some other stuff to mention in today's video, which is really cool as well coming in this update. The first thing I want to mention is actually about the up and coming skin. The Geralt of Rivia, Geralt, will be available, and this is going to be tomorrow. So I don't know if Geralt is going to be accessible via actually just having the ability to do quests, or if it's just going to be collectible with stars. It doesn't really say. I'm assuming it will be some basic quests. Sadly, I don't think he'll be a boss or anything. Would be cool if he had his own boss and own mythic, but it's not lining up with an actual downloadable update. It's only a small content update, so I just think this is going to be a cosmetic one only. Bit of a missed opportunity, but I guess, you know, innovation does suck at the minute inside of Fortnite, but it is cool to have the skin. Obviously, this is one that I am excited for because I am a fan of The Witcher, so this for me is something that I'm quite excited for. Cosmetic wise, gameplay wise, bit of a disappointment. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next point we've got is going to be coming in with an up and coming final augment, which should be released in this little patch, which will be the Midas Touch one. It will actually give you an AR with 40 ammo, and every time you hit an enemy, you will get gold, which is kind of cool. So that sounds really awesome. And I don't really know what I think of these augments that have been in this season, the augment stuff, because my augments haven't changed. Like, I've played a lot of BR, probably about 100 games, 50 to 100 games, somewhere between there, and I've only got 17 out of the 32 augments. I don't know what's going on, but I just can't seem to unlock any, and to be honest, I'm happy with the ones I've got, but it's very rare that I come across one and unlock one. I don't know how to. It doesn't really tell you how, so personally, I don't like the system. I feel like it could be a lot better. It could have been maybe you could purchase it with stars, which ones you want, or you unlock them by challenges or playtime or something. Well, I think it is playtime. I don't know what it is, but there's something causing the unlock. I seem to have to share them off my squad mates a lot. But to be honest, my favorite one is probably the one that gives you endless fuel, lets you heal in the bush, or more parkour. So supercharged, I think it's called. Yeah, the endless fuel, the bush, the parkour, more parkour, and bush warrior. So generally speaking, they're probably my favorite three. So I'm pretty happy with just having them. Like, I'm not really too bothered about not having access to the others, but it's kind of annoying that I can't unlock them or even know how to. So yeah, that really does suck. I do hope they do change some stuff with the augments in the future and maybe have it so you can actually see what you need to do to unlock them, because technically some players will be beating me because they've got better augments than me and I haven't got any, and that's not my fault because it doesn't really tell you how to. So yeah, hopefully that does get improved and we do get some more kind of exact details on how to unlock them rather than just simply playing the game to unlock them. So yeah, let's hope that that does happen in the future. Now also, one that I did miss in my map change video, which is technically a map change, is this bamboo. Now the bamboo has been added to the map and it is unfortunately not being able to be broken, which could give us a signal that there is going to be a brand new POI at some point on the map, possibly the return of Lucky Landing or a similar theme to the Lucky Landing style. We have seen the return of Fox Clan as well on the map. They are now NPCs. I haven't got any footage of them, but if you do come across them, they will disappear from a rift encounter. So if you do come across the Fox Clan members, I did come across them in a game a few days ago, and they just vanished instantly. So you'll see them and then you kind of teleport away. So maybe it's a signal or a sign that the Fox Clan will make a return into the storyline, which could be pretty cool. And also I expect that if this POI does get added in, there's a huge gap on that top left side of the map, not in the right of the corner, or sorry, the very left of the corner, to make it make more sense, but it's kind of a little bit over to the right, kind of like the north side of the map, just a little bit to the left, like northeast side. There's a big gap there where the tilted clock is and all that ice barrier, where the actual bamboo is, but a little bit more to the right. Somewhere around there could see a new POI, which could be related to the rift, obviously the rift warden and the rift stuff which is going on, which could be storyline related and obviously happen at the rift gate when the next update happens, which will be not this Tuesday but next Tuesday. So quite a while off, but obviously it's possible and it will eventually make an appearance, I guess. So yeah, hopefully we do get a new POI. I know a lot of you guys will be excited for that. I would love that as well. Also, an interesting one as well is it looks like Epic are working on an up-and-coming green thumb augment, which is going to be giving you 2 times more vegetables when you actually open boxes that do vegetables. That, to be honest, seems pretty useless compared to some of the other ones we've got. So I don't really see this one being viable, but hopefully it doesn't get added, because to be honest, this one isn't even that good. Who would want 2 extra times fruit? To be honest, maybe 5 or 6 times would be pretty more useful, but 2 extra times not going to give you much, is it? So yeah, I don't really get what that is. And then also, an up-and-coming Oathbound quest will require you to collect a hard drive by opening chests. Now that generally is a pretty interesting one. I know a lot of you guys would like access to more Oathbound stuff. I know I would, but unfortunately, it looks like the next Oathbound quests aren't actually going to be in the next content update. They're going to be taking us beyond the next content or update, which will be next Tuesday, and another 2 weeks after that. So there's actually 3 weeks until we get more details on the storyline. It's been super slow, and to be honest, I've not really enjoyed the Fortnite storyline this chapter because of how slow it's been, and we don't really know what's going on. Like, why is it every like 5 weeks? It's been like literally Oathbound every 5 weeks. It's been ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully we do get some more insight onto the Fortnite storyline, but currently there is nothing on that side. Now, an interesting tweet I posted out earlier today was asking the question, is Fortnite competitive on its last legs? Is it completely done? Now, this is an interesting question because lots of organizations recently have been leaving Fortnite creative. This includes a lot of the big teams on the competitive scene. And what is the reason for this? Why is this happening? And is it the end of Fortnite competitive? So yeah, this is interesting because when you look at it, I don't play Fortnite competitive myself, but it is definitely declining. And is that the game itself declining? No, I believe the game's up on players. It's also up on profit as well compared to previous years. Not the original year of Fortnite's release, but obviously years that have been not as good. This recent year has been one of Fortnite's best profit in years, and players as well. But generally, content creation though, which I would say Fortnite competitive is part of, on the side of it anyway, is dying in Fortnite. It's dying a lot, and this is also part of that. And obviously, if content creation or no viewers are watching the competitive scene, Fortnite aren't going to be donating money towards it. And especially with the world being in a possible recession, I know it's a little bit of an irrelevant topic, but if you know a little bit about economics, you'll know that, you know, revenue from a competitive thing is probably the first thing a company's going to mark on its list to drop and get rid of, because they're not gaining anything from it. They're just giving away free money. So it makes sense for them to kind of remove this on, or put it on their priority list to be one of the things to eventually phase out. And it makes sense why that would possibly get phased out. It's similar to stuff like battle labs and things like that. You know, these things get phased out. They have to have a team working on them. They get phased out and put into more different things that they think are more valuable from a company's point of view, which they personally think that Fortnite Creative BR is more valuable than battle labs. I personally disagree with that, but if you actually look at it, in stat wise, they probably think that Fortnite Creative BR is better because more people probably play it because it's in the Discovery tab as a whole new category and people play the game modes and try them out. But from a content creation standpoint on YouTube, obviously without Battle Labs, so much content is currently impossible to create. Last night I spent 4 to 5 hours trying to film a video in custom games because there's no Battle Labs. We were using the mythics that aren't in Creative BR. For example, the Kami and the Deku Smash, they are not in Creative BR because they're collaboration items, and obviously the license doesn't reach over to Creative. So removing Battle Labs completely eliminates content to be able to create it with that. I spent 4 hours trying to film a video. I got some clips from it, and I'm probably still going to be able to put something together from it on my second channel. But really, I didn't enjoy it because it was too difficult to do because of the random storm generation, the random drops of the mythics. Deku Smash isn't consistently dropped on the first storm, for example. You know, on Battle Labs, we could have just chilled in there. They would have dropped in from the sky. We could have grabbed them and we could have filmed it. Instantly done in 20 minutes to an hour max. We spent 4 to 5 hours trying to pull this off because of the storm generation, backing out, setting up custom games, it being dead buggy. You know, custom games don't work if someone readies up before you using the code, corrupts it and stuff like that. It's just daft, like, it's ridiculous. And Creative BR doesn't have the content, it doesn't have the mythics, it doesn't have the NPCs, it only has one boss, and you can't do much with it. So, yes, it has the option to create LTMs and stuff, but to create content, it's no good. And I did say this a while ago directly to Fortnite, but it didn't do much, and sadly, it looks like it's never going to change. So content creation has become a lot harder, and it does demotivate you a lot to be able to create these videos. If you're spending 5 hours trying to film a 10-minute video, it's just not ideal. And you know, overall, if you look at the space of Fortnite currently, the current videos that get the majority of views in the news style content, exactly what this video is right now. If you're still watching, shout out to you, by the way. You're a true fan of the channel, so much love and respect. It really does mean a lot to me for those that are still watching. But the current videos that are getting views in this news space are these fake free reward videos, and they're everywhere. Free stuff, just like fake things that aren't even in the actual game, and they're the only videos that are actually getting any views on the news side, really. In reality, they're the only ones, and it's a bad sign for Fortnite. You know, when content creation comes down to lying and telling tales and false information to be able to just get views on news style videos, you know that Fortnite is at a pretty bad place for content creation. So yeah, I'm gonna probably make some separate videos on these topics because they're quite interesting overall when you look into it in a little bit more depth. This is just my initial thought on it, and it has been a little bit of a long time video, but as a content creator, Fortnite itself isn't doing too well on the content creation side. Yes, it's doing very well on the creative side, it's doing very well on the BR player numbers. A lot of people playing creative, a lot of people playing BR, and that's why I spend a lot of time on creative as well. I know you guys absolutely love my experiences, and I love creating experiences for thousands and thousands of players. You guys absolutely love it, and I really enjoy that. But creating content has been really difficult, and I still love creating content, but it's so difficult to do with the limitations Fortnite are giving us without actually really understanding fully what happens when they remove Battle Labs. And I have tried explaining, but it just doesn't get across to them. And to be honest, I don't think they really care about content creators. They do care about them, but at the end of the day, it's a business. They need to be making their profit from the item shop and stuff, and content creators aren't their #1 priority. The game is. So in reality, someone like me just complaining about Battle Labs isn't really going to do much unless the whole community requested it, which is never going to happen. So it probably will never return. But yeah, that's my little rant over. Hope you guys have kind of understood my take on that. It's quite an interesting one, and I was really excited to kind of express this. And obviously, we'll see where things go. I'll still obviously continue to produce content, but that's it for today's video. Tomorrow's update, make sure you're tuning in for it.